Good morning, Dallas. Well, folks, here we are at Wednesday of Holy Week. It has been said that this is the most action-packed week in the life of Jesus Christ. Remember with me for just a moment. On Palm Sunday, Jesus rides into Jerusalem on a donkey. The crowds grew with excitement as they laid their cloaks and palm branches on the ground to form a royal carpet. You remember Jesus went to the temple, looks around, and then leaves. The Gospel of Mark says he returned to Bethany with his 12 disciples. On Monday of Holy Week, Jesus enters the temple again and drives out all the people buying and selling animals for sacrifice. He knocked over the tables of the money changers and the chairs of those selling doves. He said to them, "The scriptures declare, my temple will be called a house of prayer, but you have turned it into a den of thieves." The Gospel of Luke says he taught in the temple, and the religious leaders began planning how to kill him. Jesus explains why he must die. The book of John says this, "But despite all the miraculous signs Jesus had done, most of the people still did not believe in him." Monday is also the day that Jesus curses a fig tree. And you know the story. According to the book of Matthew, immediately the fig tree withered up. This was Monday of Holy Week. On Tuesday of Holy Week, the religious leaders challenged the authority of Jesus. The book of Matthew says this, "They demanded, 'By what authority are you doing all these things? Who gave you the right?'" On Monday, Jesus tells the parables of the two sons and of the evil farmers in the book of Matthew, chapter 21. The religious leaders questioned Jesus about paying taxes. Jesus tells the parable of the wedding dinner. The religious leaders also questioned Jesus about the resurrection and the greatest commandment. Jesus asked the religious leaders a question. "What do you think about the Messiah? Whose son is he?" he said. And Jesus warns the crowd against the religious leaders. Jesus says this about the religious leaders, "But they don't practice what they teach. They crush people with unbearable religious demands and never lift a finger to ease the burden." Jesus teaches his disciples about being watchful for his return, according to the book of Matthew. And then on the Mount of Olives, Jesus tells the parable of the 10 bridesmaids and the parable of the loaned money. According to the book of Matthew, Jesus tells about the final judgment. During this time, the religious leaders plot to kill Jesus, and Judas agrees to betray Jesus. This was Tuesday of Holy Week. That brings us here to Wednesday of Holy Week. Folks, if you look at the scriptures to find out what Jesus did on Wednesday, you'll see there's really nothing there. Many have said that Jesus took this day to rest and to spend time with his heavenly Father in preparation of what was about to happen. So, as some have said, during the most action-packed, busy week in the life of Jesus Christ, he took a day off, a day to relax, a day to rest, a day to restore his soul, and spend time with his heavenly Father in preparation of what lies ahead. So on this Wednesday of Holy Week, it is my hope, my prayer, that you too are preparing your heart, your soul, and your minds to be better prepared for what is about to happen. Folks, may we use this day to look at the footsteps that Jesus took in going to the cross, and may all of us grow closer to the cross ourselves. Pastor Billy out.